with your suitcase in your hand. I had so many things to tell you, but I didn't know where to begin. You said maybe this was better. I looked down and said nothing. I was scared that if I spoke then I'd ask you not to leave. I could hear the clock behind us, every second passing by. You were waiting for an answer. I was trying not to cry. There were words inside my heart that I should have said before, but before I found the courage, your hand was on the door. I won't ask for forever, I know you've made up your mind, but before you walk away, could you give me just a little time? Give me one more minute before you say goodbye. One more minute before you leave my life. Let me hold your hand again, let me look into your eyes. I know it won't change anything, I just need a little time. Give me one more minute, then I'll let you say goodbye. Now your side of the room is empty, and your jacket isn't there. I still turn around sometimes, thinking I'll find you somewhere. I remember that last evening more than any other day, not because you stopped loving me, but because I had so much left to say. I don't need forever, I can't turn back the time. I only wish that on that night I'd asked you one more time. Give me one more minute before you say goodbye. One more minute before you leave my life. Let me hold your hand again, let me look into your eyes. I know it won't change anything, I just need a little time. Give me one more minute, then I'll let you say goodbye. Maybe I would say I love you, maybe that's all I would say. Maybe I would simply hold you before you walked away. I wouldn't ask you to come back, I wouldn't ask you to change your mind. I just wish I'd had one more minute before we said goodbye. Give me one more minute, just one more before you go. One more minute for the words you never knew. Let me hold your hand again for the very final time. I know a minute can't save our love, I'll make you change your mind. Give me one more minute, and I promise I'll be fine. One more minute, then I'll let you go. I almost told you that I loved you when you were standing at my door. The words were right there on my lips, but I had said them all before. I thought you'd somehow understand me, even when I said nothing at all. I thought we still had time between us. I I never thought that night would be our last. I almost reached out for your hand before you turned and walked away. I almost called your name behind you, but fear took every word away. Maybe if I'd been a little braver, maybe if I'd let my feelings show, you might have stopped for just a moment, or maybe you'd still have had to go. Now every word I kept inside comes back when I'm alone. Funny how the things we never say are the ones that hurt the most. I almost told you I still loved you more than you knew. I almost told you I wasn't ready to lose you. I almost said, don't leave me. I almost asked you to stay, but almost doesn't mean a thing when someone walks away. I almost told you everything, but almost came too late. Sometimes I write the words I owe you in messages I'll never send. I read them once, then closed the screen and let the silence win again. I wonder if you ever noticed all the things I couldn't say, or if you thought my quiet heart had already turned away. Maybe you never knew how much I wanted you to stay. I was waiting for tomorrow, and tomorrow came too late. I almost told you I still loved you more than you knew. I almost told you I wasn't ready to lose you. I almost said, don't leave me. I almost asked you to stay, but almost doesn't mean a thing when someone walks away. I almost told you everything, but almost came too late. If I could have that moment back, I wouldn't hide behind my pride. I'd tell you every little truth I kept so carefully inside. Not to make you change your mind, not to make you stay with me, just so you'd know before you left what you really meant to me. I should have told you I still loved you more than you knew. I should have told you how much it hurt to lose you. I should have said, don't leave me, even if you walked away. At least you would have known the truth I was too afraid to say. I almost told you everything, now you're too far away. You always knew when I was hurting, even when I said I'm fine. You could see it in my eyes every single time. So I thought you knew I loved you without hearing me explain. I thought you could read my silence like you always read my face. When you asked me what was wrong, I would smile and look away. There were so many little feelings I was too afraid to say. I thought love love could live in quiet. I thought you would always know, but a heart can hide too deeply till the one you love lets go. Maybe I was waiting for you to understand all the words I never gave you, all the love I never said. Could you read my silence? Could you hear what I couldn't say? When I looked at you and said nothing, did you know I wanted you to stay? Could you read my silence? Did my eyes tell you the truth? Every quiet moment between us was me saying I love you. I thought you could read my silence, but maybe silence wasn't enough. Now I talk to empty spaces, like you're somewhere in the room, saying all the things I should have said when I still had you. It's easier now to tell you when you're too far away to hear. Funny how my voice gets stronger when the person I need isn't here. Maybe I was waiting for you to understand, but love shouldn't have to guess what a heart is scared to say. Could you read my silence? Could you hear what I couldn't say? When I looked at you and said nothing, did you know I wanted you to stay? Could you read my silence? Did my eyes tell you the truth? Every quiet moment between us was me saying I love you. I thought you could read my silence, but maybe silence wasn't enough. If I ever love somebody the way that I once loved you, I will make them read between the lines to know my heart is true. I'll say I miss you when I miss them. I'll say stay when I need them near, because the words we keep inside us are the ones no one can hear. You couldn't read my silence, and I can't blame you anymore. I should have said what I was feeling before you walked out that door. You couldn't read my silence, but I know something now is true. Every word I couldn't give you taught me what I need to do. Next time I love somebody, I won't leave my heart unread. I still have your last message sitting underneath your name. I know every word by memory, but I read it just the same. You said take good care of yourself, and I'm sorry it had to end. Such ordinary little sentences from someone I called my best friend. I could delete the conversation, I could make your name disappear, but every time my finger gets close, something keeps it here. Maybe it's the way you wrote it, like you still cared when you left. Maybe I'm holding on to something hidden inside your final text. It's only words on a screen, I know they can't bring you home, but some nights they're the closest thing to hearing your voice again. I I still read your last text, like there's something that I missed, like somewhere between the lines you left one final kiss. I still read your last text, though I know how every word ends. Take care of yourself, then silence, and we never spoke again. I know it's only a message, but it's the last piece of you I have. Sometimes late at night I wonder if you kept my messages too, or did you clear our conversation the way you cleared me out of you? Do you ever scroll back slowly to the nights we couldn't sleep, or am I the only one still keeping words we promised we would keep? I know a screen can't hold a person, and a message isn't love, but when everything else disappeared, these few words were left behind. I still read your last text, like there's something that I missed, like somewhere between the lines you left one final kiss. I still read your last text, though I know then silence, and we never spoke again. I know it's only a message, but it's the last piece of you I have. One day I'll probably delete it, and your name won't hurt this way. One day those little words you left me will just be words from yesterday. But tonight I'm not quite ready, so I'll read them one more time. Not because I think you're coming back, I just miss when you were mine. I read your last text for the final time tonight. I don't need to search between the words for a reason you might still be mine. I'll keep the good we had together, but I can't live inside the past. Maybe loving you means learning not to hold on to what's last. Take care of yourself, you told me. Maybe now I finally will. I don't need you to come back, I don't need another chance. I know we've gone too far now to return to what we had, but sometimes I still wonder, when the night gets quiet and cold, do you ever think about me when there's no one there to hold? Do you miss our little mornings, coffee waiting by the bed? Do you miss the way I listened to every little thing you said? Do you ever reach beside you, then remember I'm not there? I don't wanna change a new life, I just wonder if you care. You don't have to say you love me, you don't have to change your mind. There's only one thing I still wonder after leaving us behind. Just say you miss me, even if it's only sometimes. Say my name still crosses your mind on a lonely Friday night. Just say you miss me, you don't moving on feel easy? And if you're happier without me, I would never take that away. But I'd be lying if I told you I don't think of you some days. You don't have to say forever, we already know it couldn't last. I just wanna know I mattered before we became the past. Just say you miss me, even if it's only sometimes. Say my name still crosses your mind on a lonely Friday night. Just say you miss me, you don't have to want me back. I just need to know our love was more than something in the past. I don't need another promise, I don't need another kiss. Just tell me somewhere in your heart there's something that you miss. Maybe I shouldn't need to know, maybe silence says enough. Maybe missing someone doesn't mean we should try again at love. So if you never say the words, I'll learn to let the question go. But there's a part of me that hopes I'm not the only one who knows how hard it is to lose us. Don't say you love me if those words aren't true anymore. Don't say you'll come back someday if you've already closed that door. Just say you miss me, even once would be enough. So I know when we were together, what we had was really love. And if you don't, I'll still be alright. Maybe I don't need your answer to know what we had was real. It's 2 in the morning and I'm wide awake again. The whole room is quiet, but you're loud inside my head. I haven't checked your number, I haven't called your name, but every night around this hour I start missing you again. I was fine all afternoon, I even laughed with friends. For a while I almost believed this feeling finally had an end. Then the city turned to silence and the lights went down outside. Now every little memory is sitting here tonight. Why is it always after midnight when my heart forgets what's true? All day I learn to live without you, then 2 a.m. brings back you. It's 2 a.m. again and I'm thinking about you, wondering where you are and who you're talking to. 2 a.m. again and I almost call your phone. Funny how I miss you most when I'm finally alone. I know I shouldn't need you, I know we're at the end, but here I am missing you at 2 a.m. again. Your picture isn't by my bedside, your shirt isn't in my room. I changed the little things around me, trying not to think of you. But memories don't need permission, they don't knock before they come. They wait until the world gets quiet, then remind me you're gone. Maybe morning makes me stronger, maybe daylight helps me hide. But when everybody's sleeping, there's nowhere left to hide. It's 2 a.m. again losing you again. It's 2 a.m. again, but tonight feels different somehow. I still remember everything, but I don't wanna call you now. 2 a.m. again, and I'm learning to be alone. Maybe missing you doesn't mean I need you to come home. I know I think about you every now and then, but maybe someday 2 a.m. will just be 2 a.m. again. I wrote your name at the top and stared at the empty screen. There were so many things to say and too much space between. I typed, I hope you're doing well, then erased it right away. 'Cause I don't know who we are now or what I'm allowed to say. I wrote about the nights I miss you, about the songs I can't forget. I almost told you I'm still hurting more than I want to admit. 3 little dots inside my head, but nothing on your side. I read the message one more time and let the screen go dark. Maybe some words are better left where no one else can see. Maybe I don't need to send them just to set them free. So there's nothing to send, nothing you need to read. I poured my whole heart into words, then deleted everything. There's nothing to send, no reason to press your name. I could tell you that I miss you, but what would it really change? Tonight I'll keep these words with me and let the silence end. I had 1,000 things to tell you, now there's nothing to send. I used to think I'd feel much better if you knew what's on my mind. Like every word I never gave you was keeping me behind. But maybe closure isn't something that I have to get from you. Maybe I can close this chapter without sending you the truth. My fingers waiting over send, but this time I understand. Not every feeling needs an answer, not every goodbye needs another chance. So there's nothing to send, nothing you need to read. I poured my whole heart into words, then deleted everything. There's nothing to send, no reason to press your name. I could tell you that I miss you, but what would it really change? Tonight I'll keep these words with me and let the silence end. I had 1,000 things to tell you, now there's nothing to send. Delete the first line, delete the last, delete the questions about our past. Delete I miss you, delete come home, delete every word that won't change what I know. If you wanted to be here, you would already be. So maybe the message was never meant for you, maybe it was meant for me. Now there's nothing to send and nothing left to explain. I don't need your reply to know that we have changed. There's nothing to send, and tonight I'll leave it that way. For the first time I can miss you without asking you to stay. I closed the conversation and put the phone away. I had 1,000 things to tell you, but I don't need to anymore. There's nothing to send. picture page today. I left my phone across the room. I'm getting better at the little things I couldn't make myself do. Your name doesn't hurt like before. Your pictures don't pull me back. I tell myself I'm moving on, and maybe that's a fact. But when the evening gets quiet and everybody goes home, there's one question I keep avoiding when I'm sitting here alone. If your name lit up my screen after all this time apart, would I let it keep on ringing, or would I listen to my heart? I say I'm getting over you, and most days I believe it's true. But there's one thing I still don't know. What would I do if you called tonight? Would I pick up the phone? Would I say I'm doing fine, or admit I still feel alone? If you called tonight, would your voice undo the time? Would one simple "how are you" bring back everything I left behind? I don't want you back, at least that's what I tell myself. But if you call tonight, I don't know what I'd do. Maybe we talk about nothing, the weather, work, old friends. Maybe we'd both avoid the question of how something good could end. Maybe there'd be a little silence, the kind we used to understand. And for a second I'd remember what it felt like holding your hand. I've learned to sleep without you, I've learned to wake up alone. But hearing you say my name again might feel too much like home. If you call tonight, would I pick up the phone? Would I say I'm doing fine, or admit I still feel alone? If you call tonight, would your voice undo the time? Would one simple "how are you" bring back everything I left behind? I don't want you back, at least that's what I tell myself. But if you call tonight, I don't know what I'd do. Maybe I'd watch it ring until the screen went dark. Maybe I'd answer on the first sound before I could stop my heart. Maybe I'd say don't call again. Maybe I'd whisper I missed you too. I've rehearsed 100 answers, but I don't know which one is true. If you call tonight, maybe I let it ring. Not because I never loved you, not because I don't feel anything. If you call tonight, maybe I finally choose myself, 'cause hearing your voice for one more minute might put my heart back where it fell. And I have come too far to lose myself in you again. So if you call tonight, maybe I wouldn't answer. Maybe that's how I know I'm finally letting go. Your number's still inside my phone, right where it's always been. Your picture still comes up beside it, with that smile I knew so well. I don't call, I don't send messages, I don't wait for you anymore. But I still haven't found the courage to erase what we were before. There are pictures from the summer, there are videos from the rain, little moments we recorded before love became this pain. There's a voice note from December where you laughed and said my name. Sometimes I almost play it, then I put my phone away. I know keeping all these memories won't bring you back to me, but deleting every trace of you feels like losing you twice. You're still in my phone, but you're not in my life. Still inside the pictures from another place and time. You're still in my phone, just a touch away from me. But I know if I called your number, you wouldn't be who you used to be. It's strange how someone can be gone and still be everywhere I go. You're no longer mine, but you're still in my phone. I found our old conversation from the night we couldn't sleep. You said I'll always be beside you, I said you're all I'll ever need. We believed every little promise when forever still felt close. Now they're only lines of writing from two people I once knew. Maybe memories don't disappear just because a love is done. Maybe letting go is learning not to run from what once was. You're still in my phone, but you're not in my life. Still inside the pictures from another place and time. You're still in my phone, just a touch away from me. But I know if I called your number, you wouldn't be who you used to be. It's strange how someone can be gone and still be everywhere I go. You're no longer mine, but you're still in my phone. Tonight I won't delete your number, I don't have to prove I'm strong. Keeping one old photograph doesn't mean I can't move on. Maybe one day I'll clear everything and feel nothing when it's gone. But healing isn't one big moment, it's 1,000 moving ons. You're still in my phone, but you're fading from my life. I can look at old pictures now without wishing we had more time. You're still in my phone, but I don't need a call. I can keep a little memory without wanting back at all. Maybe someday I'll erase your name, maybe someday I won't. But tonight I finally understand, you're only in my phone, not in my future, not in my arms, not in my life anymore. I finally wrote the message ask if you still love me, not to open any doors. I told you I was angry, I told you I was hurt, I told you all the little things I couldn't put in words. I said I miss the good days, but I don't want them back. I said I kept on blaming myself for everything we lacked. I said I hope you're happy, and I think I mean it now. Funny how the truth feels lighter when you finally let it out. I used to need an answer to make the ending real, but I don't need your words anymore to tell me how I feel. No reply needed. I said what I had to say. You don't have to call me, you don't have to explain. No reply needed. I don't need another why. I'm not sending this to bring you back, I'm sending my goodbye. You can't read it, you can't leave it, you can't let the silence be. No reply needed. I'm finally setting me free. For so long I kept believing closure had to come from you, like one perfect conversation could undo what we'd been through. But healing isn't waiting for somebody else to speak. Sometimes you give yourself the answer you were begging them to give. So I won't watch the screen tonight, I won't wait to see your name, whether you answer me or not. Tomorrow comes the same. No reply needed. I said what I had to say. You don't have to call me, you don't have to explain. No reply needed. I don't need another why. I'm not sending this to bring you back, I'm sending my goodbye. You can't read it, you can't leave it, you can't let the silence be. No reply needed. I'm finally setting me free. I used to check my phone every minute, every night, waiting for three little dots to tell me I'd be alright. But tonight I'll turn it over and leave it where it lies. I don't need your explanation to keep moving with my life. No reply needed. I've already said goodbye. You don't have to tell me that you're sorry one more time. No reply needed. I know I'll be alright. I can carry what we used to be without carrying it for life. You can't read it, you can't leave it, there's nothing left to prove. No reply needed. I don't need one from you. No reply needed. I'm finally choosing me. I used to blame you for the ending, for every night I couldn't sleep. I counted every broken promise and every scar you left with me. Then some days I blamed myself for holding on a little long. I kept asking who had failed us, who was right and who was wrong. But love was never that simple, we were learning as we went. Two hearts trying to stay together with more love than common sense. You hurt me without meaning to, I know I hurt you too. Maybe we were doing our best with what we thought we knew. I don't wanna carry anger into every love I find, so tonight I'm putting down trying to love before we knew ourselves. I forgive you, I forgive me, I forgive us. I can finally see the good now without wishing for it back. There were mornings full of laughter, there were nights I'll always have. Not every love that ends is wasted, not every goodbye means regret. Some people come into our lives to teach us how to love ourselves. So I'll keep the parts that made me and release the parts that hurt. I don't need to hate our story just because it didn't work. I forgive us for the words we couldn't say, for the nights we turned away when we should have asked each other to stay. I forgive us for the promises we broke, for holding on until our love was too tired to give us hope. I don't need to make you guilty, I don't need to blame myself. We were two people trying to love before we knew ourselves. I forgive you, I forgive me, I forgive us. Maybe you weren't meant to stay, maybe I wasn't meant to follow. Maybe some love gives us yesterday so we can find tomorrow. And if I saw you somewhere, I wouldn't ask you where you've been. I'd smile for what we once were and let the past remain the past. No anger, no regret, no need to start again. I forgive us for believing love alone could make two different hearts turn every broken place into a home. I forgive us for the ending we became. I can say your name tonight without feeling all that pain. I don't need another answer, I don't need to understand. Some stories aren't forever, but that doesn't make them bad. I forgive you, I forgive me, and for the first time, I forgive us. And for the first time, I forgive us. There are things I never told you when I still had you close. Little truths I kept inside me, thinking somehow you would know. I never said how safe I felt whenever you held my hand. I never said your quiet presence made this broken world make sense. I never told you I was frightened every time we pulled apart. I acted like I didn't need you while I was hiding half my heart. I never said I watched you sleeping and wondered how I got so lucky. I never said that losing you was the one thing that could break me. Now there's no reason left to hide, no tomorrow left to wait. So tonight I'll say the words I should have said before too late. These are the things I never said. I loved you more than I could show. I needed you more than you ever knew, and I was scared to let you know. These are the things I never said. I missed you before you even left, and every time I whispered I'm okay, there was so much underneath my breath. I don't need you to come back, I just need the truth to leave my chest. These are the things I never said. I never told you I was sorry for the nights I shut you out, for making you read my silence when I should have spoken loud. I never thanked you for the mornings, for the laughter, for the rain, for all the ordinary moments. I would never live the same. And I never said I forgive you for becoming someone I had to lose. Maybe love can still be beautiful even when it doesn't choose us. I spent so long imagining what I'd say if you were here, but I don't need you in this room for my heart to finally speak. These are the things I never said. I loved you more than I could show. I needed you more than you ever knew, and I was scared to let you know. These are the things I never said. I missed you before you even left, and every time I whispered I'm okay, there was so much underneath my breath. I don't need you to come back, I just need the truth to leave my chest. These are the things I never said. I loved you, I missed you, I needed you, I was afraid. I'm sorry, I forgive you, and I forgive myself today. Thank you for the good days, thank you for the pain, thank you for the part of me I had to lose to find myself again. And here's the hardest truth I never thought I'd say: I can still love what we were and let you walk away. These are the things I never said, but I'm not hiding anymore. I loved you with an honest heart, even when I didn't know what love was for. These are the things I never said, and maybe you'll never hear this song, but I don't need you to hear me now to know that what we had was real all along. I loved you, I lost you, I forgave you, and somehow I found myself. So these are the things I never said, and now that I've said them all, there's nothing left to hold me here. No more almost, no more waiting, no more messages I'll never send, no more wondering if you miss me, no more wishing we'd begin again. These were the things I never said. Now I've said them, and this is where our story